Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
We here at iThought are back with two interesting webinars this weekend. The first one is a Hindi webinar conducted by M2W team at 11 am in the morning. Here we are going to talk about the investment strategies and habits that are required to you to achieve your milestone of 1 crore. The second webinar is going to be conducted by a Neo team at 12:30 pm noon. This webinar is for NRIs looking to take advantage of the growth story and the opportunity that India offers to the world, where we talk about Neo, a simple and efficient multi-asset investment strategy that can take advantages of various opportunities in India.
In today's video, we're going to talk about something that must be at the top of most people's mind. Can event-based investing give us better wealth creation outcomes? As a market participant, we often look at the next big event, whether this is an election, whether it's a monetary policy announcement, or even something like the budget. We tend to track these events and try to anticipate what will come out of them because we believe that there might be some slight advantage that we can gain, and this advantage will in turn translate into wealth creation for us. This is a very normal behavior in markets, and many people tend to do this and make all of their decisions around these big events. But let's try to look at the reality. Does this level of tracking and prediction actually result in great outcomes? How often are we right when we try to track these events? Let's look at the two big events that have happened in the last month or two. One was the election outcome. So if we look at how the market behaved around the election period, right before elections were announced, there was a certain anticipation about how the government would form, and the markets rallied by 3.15% the day before the election results were announced. On the day of polling, it became clear that the market's expectations were not going to be met, and you saw a steep correction of 5.93%. The following day, the market settled down and they were no longer worried about this, and again they rallied by 3.63%. So the lesson we can learn from this event is that predictions are often wrong. There's a very interesting quote from John Kenneth Galbraith where he says there are two kinds of forecasters, those who don't know and those who don't know that they don't know. So most forecasters are wrong because there are simply too many moving parts, especially when it comes to big events, and this is true of anything. Now moving on to the budget, if we look at how the sentimental reaction has been, most market participants are quite unhappy with the way the capital gains rates have been changed. But if we look at the impact on the market, you see that there have been a strong set of buyers because most investors bought the dip. And if you look at the Nifty drawdown, it was barely 0.15%, right? So clearly, this is not something that the markets have found difficult to digest. But if you talk to people, the sentiment around capital gains has been quite negative. But this is not necessarily a bad thing for markets because one is it allows investors a broader choice in terms of asset options because the taxation on long-term instruments has been more or less rationalized at the same rate. So it disincentivizes this kind of thinking that one asset class is actually better than the other asset class and will allow investors to make more informed choices. We've done a whole video about this and you can look at it if this is something that interests you. So we've learned two important lessons. The first is that events can often be unpredictable, and the second is even when we don't get the outcomes that we want, it may not be that bad. So where do we really go from here? There are two important things that investors can do today. One is to adopt a more quiet and disciplined approach to investing. So to continue with systematic investments, to do regular portfolio reviews and to rebalance your assets as and when required. This is part of a quieter approach that is independent of what the market is thinking, expecting or forecasting. The second thing that investors can do today is to typically keep some powder dry around events because maybe the opportunities can come from an unexpected place and maybe an event can also be a non-event and that doesn't really change your investment goals. The second is to keep your powder dry. This ensures that if an event throws opportunities at you, you're able to participate. And if an event turns out to be a non-event, you can continue with the more disciplined and quiet approach. These two approaches actually complement each other and can help you more in your wealth creation journey rather than relying on forecasts and planning your investments around them. If you have other suggestions to make investing more productive, do drop them in the comments below.